Greetings, YouTube. Happy late Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning across the pond. If you, like me, have insomnia and can't sleep, we have the new patch notes out for the June patch of Marvel Contest of Champions. In fact, you will see it's patch 23.1. And I gotta be honest, there's a lot of exciting things to talk about. We've got new champs this month. We've got some new quests. Hopefully, most of the bugs will be taken care of. But there's one thing in particular that I want to talk about. You see, I was not able to really read these patch notes until late today because I was busy all day. Thankfully, Mr. Lightbearer was working with me to completely transform my home office stream setup to make it look as professional as possible and to really showcase the incredible homemade, handcrafted sign that Mr. Adam sent to me about a week ago. So because of that, I didn't read these patch notes. And so it's easy to go through this and kind of be like, okay, new quests and events, new member of the Fantastic Four, a third member, Invisible Woman. Sounds like it's going to suck in Alliance War on defense, but hopefully not. And then we've got some rifts returning, right? That's pretty exciting, I guess. It's got to be better than the May event. Heck, a colonoscopy is probably more enjoyable than that. Collect enough and enter one or two rift variations for a chance for great rewards. There'll probably be a 1% chance, knowing Kabam's drop rates for the greater Last Stand crystals. Act 6 Chapter 2 is coming out, so hopefully there'll be some good rewards with that. Alliance War Season 10, which I could not be less excited about, is coming out with new maps. Of course, no new rewards because Kabam doesn't like to reward its players with smart marketing. And then bug fixes and improvements. This is really going to be what I want to talk about. You see, let's talk about the history of what we've seen in the past month for a little while. Let's scroll all the way down past the University of Phoenix and Rhino. Sentinel, what's bugged about Sentinel, Lengthened Special 1 attack recovery to match the previous speed. Wait a minute, Kabam. Mike, what are you talking about? You see, I made a video on April 25th, 2019, in which I stated in the title that Kabam Mike's justification for the Sentinel Special 1 change is complete revisionist history. What do I mean by that? Well, I have pulled up in front of me, as I'm recording this, the exact post from Kabam Mike from April 24th, in which the community, including myself, challenged Kabam on the notion that Sentinel had become a lot more difficult to fight, especially when you're trying to counter and specifically dash in following his Special 1 attack. Kabam Mike wrote on April 24th, 2019, "All right, everybody, we're still looking into this. As it stands, his attack has been changed to be exactly as it was before." P.S. His special, and this is really the part that got me, has always been extremely difficult to punish and is meant to be that way. But it was always possible with the most precise of timing. Well, let me tell you, I knew that was a bold-faced lie because yours truly is not extremely fantastic at this game. I'm serviceable, and at times I can be pretty good, but I can also get wrecked far more than I would say the top summoner in the game. I far more see myself as an average Joe on YouTube that kind of speaks for the average player that's trying to juggle this game as a hobby between their first and second full-time job than someone that's going to make a video just completely destroying Act 6 or maybe the new variant difficulty with only 3 and 4-star champions. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I very much admire the people who can do that. I can't. And so there's no way that I'm going to try because I know my limitations. So when Kabam Mike writes that Sentinel Special has always been extremely difficult to punish, I know that's not true because I always punished it with 100% certainty in Alliance Quest in Map 5 while just kind of casually dashing forward. I was not trying to time it perfectly. I was just trying to time it, period. I was like Yogi Bear just strolling up and being like, "You're going down, Sentinel." And that was it. And you know what? He went down every time until I tried it once, and Yogi just got wrecked. So Kabam Mike said on April 24th that essentially the community had it wrong, that we were the ones who were being paranoid and that nothing had changed. And so to go from that post by Kabam Mike to the current one in which Kabam admits that they have to lengthen the special one attack recovery to match the previous speed. In other words, slow it down because it was far less of a quick recovery time than before, means that the community was right and Kabam Mike was wrong. Now, we all make mistakes, but Kabam Mike, you apparently didn't read your own patch notes. I certainly haven't seen you say, my bad, I was wrong. You probably just assume that the community is going to forget all about it. And maybe we will. But Kabam Mike, you were the person which I completely supported for saying that we want to be more transparent with the community because you all have made so many mistakes in the past by trying to hide things or change things or nerf things without letting anyone else know. If you really care about transparency, you wouldn't be afraid to say, y'all, I'm sorry, I had it wrong. It turns out there was an issue with the Sentinel Special 1, and we have fixed it because we are committed to making this game balanced and fair. Like you always say when you justify the drop rates of, say, 5-star Awakening gems. But of course, you're not committed to that. You're just kind of committed to forgetting all about the fact that you ever made a misstep in public. And while most people would let you get away with that, not me. Because, quite frankly, it's just bad marketing. And you have the opportunity to admit when you're wrong. And I think for most people in the community, they'd actually appreciate that. It would show humility and it would show humanity. It would show that you're human. But unless you do that, it just looks, pretty bad. And Kabam Mike, I don't know if you went to college, but I'm going to assume that if you did, you were an art major because the more I see you speak, the more sketchy your comments become.